Hey everybody, welcome back to BigRedEDC, and welcome to this edition of JB on EDC. So this is a topic that I've been thinking about for quite a while, and after some conversation that we just had on Zach's live stream this past weekend, I don't know, I just thought this might be a good time to do this one. Yeah, just felt right. But whether we're, handymen, craftsmen, whatever, we've all got some tools laying around the house. If you're not the handyman type, but to do simple things, of course, we've got stuff like, we've got a hammer, right? Everybody's got a hammer, right? We've got a Prybar. Let's see here. We've got a paint scraper. What else do we have? We've got, we've got a Prybar, or we've got a paint scraper, or a screwdriver. What I'm saying is, and you can talk by tool, every tool has its proper use, and I can almost bet we have all used the wrong tool for the wrong job at some point. Now, yeah, was I joking? Kinda. Not really. But because when I was in the Navy, we always called this a crescent hammer. Because, we were always looking for the right tool for the right job, and a few times we didn't have it. So it just happens that way. I'm guilty of it. Absolutely 100%. But the thing that I'm talking about, this is my most used tool. Without question, without doubt, I can wholeheartedly say that this is my most used tool, my pocket knife, whichever one I have on me at the time. For what? And yeah, believe it or not, these tools, this is a knife. It's made to cut. It's not a pry bar. It's not really made to pry. It's not a screwdriver. Not really made for that. But those are some of the common uses that it gets used for in a pinch, right? Well, that's not so much what I am here to talk about today. What I'm here to talk about is what I've seen people do when they review videos and stuff like that, that just kind of, I don't know, it just kind of, it irks me, I guess. That's a good way to put it, right? And you know what? You do your videos, you do them however you want to. But the thing that gets me is, well, one of the biggest ones. All right, let's just get into it. One of the biggest ones is the damn spine whack. I think that's one of the dumbest things you can do to a knife. And that's just me. I told you there would be parts, there'd probably be an addition or two that might ruffle some feathers. It's my opinion. You know what they say about opinions, right? There you go. You have one, I have one. Exactly. I just think that's, anyway. How I test if a knife is going to stay locked is I put pressure like so. Put pressure on the blade. If you put pressure on the blade like so and it stays where it's supposed to, there's a good chance when you're actually pushing the proper direction that it's not going to come undone. Is that an absolute 100%? No, I can't say that. I really can't. But if I push on a knife like so, and I'm putting a good amount of pressure on it, and it doesn't go anywhere, when I'm properly using it, it's probably not going to do that. I guess the thing that irks me the most is when I see somebody whack a knife on the table pretty hard, and it does fail, and they call the knife a piece of junk. Well, for one, you're doing something with the knife that it was never meant to do. A knife is not meant, especially a folding knife, is not meant to operate in that direction. It's just not. And to use a tool, to use a hammer in a manner that it's not meant to be used, and then to blame the tool, ridiculous. Absolutely 100% ridiculous in my mind. 100%. The other thing, batoning a folder. Folders aren't meant to baton, guys. They're just not. Now, can some do it? Absolutely 100%. You know, and I know back to the whole spine whacking, I know I'm going to get the, well, cold steel hangs 500 pounds off of it and it doesn't break. You're right. They're hanging it off. They're not impact forcing it. There's a difference. Big difference. And yeah, if you can do it, great. Right on. They've just proven how sturdy their knives are. Good on them. That's not really where I'm getting at. Where I'm getting at is when somebody does it and blames the tool. I've seen where somebody batoned a knife, a blade, that had a pretty large and elongated, hole, flicker hole, if you will, thumb hole, flicker hole, whatever you want to call it. And this portion, the top portion, was pretty thin. So they're batoning it, and it breaks. Okay, again, you're using a folder to baton with, not meant to do that. If some can, great, perfect, whatever. But then calling the knife a piece of junk. No, that is absolutely ridiculous in my mind. This is meant to baton. It's a solid piece of steel. If you want to baton with this. And dude, I'm not trying to talk you out of doing anything. If you like to spine whack your knives, feel free. I just hope I don't hear you call it a piece of junk when it fails, because that's just dumb. It really is. When you baton a knife with a very large flicker hole and you break the spine, it's not a piece of junk. You're the dummy that did it. So it's not the tool, it's the user. Always and forever. If you use your knives the way they're meant to use, absolutely 100%. As a matter of fact, I just had a comment on the recent video I did on the Stevie. Oh, I always screw up the name. The Typhoeum? I always screw up the name. My apologies to Stevie for doing so. But it's the, what did they call it? An adjustable fixed blade? The name confuses the heck out of me to begin with because I don't know. Adjustable fixed. It's those two words kind of like military intelligence. They don't go together. Anyway, it's a fixed blade as long as you hold it like this. Well, it's not a fixed blade because it's not fixed. But it pivots, right? And it pivots into the push dagger. I don't have it anymore. It was a pass-around knife. I'm sorry. I had to send it along to the next person. And it's a push dagger, right? And I got somebody had commented about it, made a comment, it wasn't their thing. Okay, cool. And then I had somebody comment on that comment, oh my God, it's a push dagger, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, it's a thrust. No, he said it's a thrusting weapon. This, to me, is not a thrusting weapon. I mean, can you? Absolutely, you can. Any thrusting weapon that I know and trust to be a thrusting weapon is always fixed. That has a fixed point on it, but it pivots. Yeah, I really wouldn't want to be. And to me, that one really wasn't. To me, honestly, that one was more of a novelty, if you will, than. If you like it, great. Get it. Have it in your collection. Who am I to say? But it just, to be that. Anyway, I guess it's kind of like me, right? Telling you spine whacking your knife is dumb. I think it's dumb. I do. And you're not going to change my mind about it. It's just, I don't get it. And if you do it to test a knife on your videos, guess what? They're your videos. You do what you want. Absolutely 100%. I don't make the rules. But if it fails and you blame the knife, it's dumb. Just dumb. But, yeah, if you use it the way it's supposed to, and then, of course, you have slip joints, right? And I know there's people out there that don't really care for slip joints because they're not locking, and they have a fear of them coming closed on their hand. I get it. I understand that one. No worries. I can honestly say I've never had that happen. Using it the way it was meant to be used, putting back force and cutting, I've never had an issue. Maybe I'm lucky. Could be. 100%. This is definitely not a thrusting weapon, because if you're off on your thrust, guess what? Yeah, you're gonna freaking... It's not meant to stab. It's meant to slice. And you can slice like this. You can slice like this. But any sort of thrusting, stabbing motion, yeah, just probably not a good idea to do with your slip joints. Just saying. But, you know, if you're one of those people that have the fear, and if you've had one come closed on you, I get it. I understand. I understand your fear, trepidation, whatever you want to call it, concern, however you want to put it. Okay, roger that. I get it. But it's with any other tool, not a Prybar, not a hammer. If you use it in the manner it was meant to be used, you're probably going to be good. If you use it in a manner that it was not supposed to be used, and then you blame your tool, well, there you go. I think it pretty much speaks for itself. But that's my thoughts on it, guys. Tools and their uses. That was actually a book that we had to use. We actually had to go through and do a whole workbook about tools, learn about tools, what they should be used for. When I first joined the Navy, you actually got credit for it, so that was kind of cool. But yeah, use a tool the way it's supposed to. If you do something that it's not supposed to do and you blame your tool, well, maybe you're the tool. But sorry, it's just the way it is. But appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much for watching this edition of JB on EDC. Like, subscribe, leave me that comment. You know I love talking to you. Until next time, I'll talk to you later, guys. Bye-bye.